All right, welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Thicklin. Thank you for joining us. The trial, 3 years in the making, began on Monday. Nicole Rice is being tried for murder in Grand Forks. That begins with jury selection. Rice was arrested for the 2007 murder of her then roommate, Anita Knudsen. In fact, it was 3 years exactly Sunday that Nicole Rice was arrested. Monday was day one of jury selection. 150 people have been summoned in Grand Forks County. One pool of 50 was interviewed by the prosecution and Rice's defense team in the morning and another in the afternoon. Now, there is set to be one more pool later today, and then opening statements will follow. Judge Richard Hagar says he expects the opening statement to begin in mid-morning or after the lunch hour tomorrow. The trial was moved out of Ward County into Grand Forks County after both the prosecution and the defense agreed to the change of venue. Court staff say since the trial was moved, Ward County and Grand Forks court officials have been working hard to ensure a smooth and fair trial. And the Grand Forks court administrator says they are equipped for a high-profile case like this one.
High-profile cases here before. We had the Pendleton trial just a few years ago. We've live streamed trials, so we're kind of used to having some high-profile cases here, and we have several going on right now. We have a high-profile checklist that we established probably 8 years ago, so we go through that. We meet with security, we meet with clerks. The court staff from Minot were here a few weeks ago, so we had the ability to kind of do a walkthrough of things that were going on. So it's taken a lot of communication.
Some of Anita's family watched some of the jury selection, and it was a day they've been waiting for nearly 18 years. Again, jury selection continues this morning, followed by opening statements. Be sure to check back with us on here online and on air for more courtroom updates. Also, a woman was also in court Monday in Mandan where she's charged in the death of a woman who police say died of an overdose. Jessica Towery pleaded not guilty to 2 felony counts. She's accused of selling fentanyl to the man on January 23rd. That man was later found dead in his home. An autopsy found the man had fentanyl and meth in his system, according to court documents obtained by KX News. Towery allegedly admitted to police she sold 2.5 grams of fentanyl to the man for $300. Now, Towery is being charged with delivery of a controlled substance resulting in overdose death, as well as illegal possession of drug paraphernalia. If found guilty, Towery faces up to 20 years in prison on the more serious charge. Her trial is scheduled to happen later this summer. That is June 4th. Well, when children are picked up in the morning or dropped off after school, they sometimes face a dangerous situation when drivers decide to pass the bus without stopping. A new House bill is looking to raise the penalty for drivers who commit moving violations from $100 to $250 for the first offense. Now, House Bill 1294 was introduced by Representative Anna Novak and others due to a concern about children having to be picked up and get off school buses on highways where cars travel at quick speeds. Now, Novak says that this won't fix the problem by itself, but she hopes the increased penalty deters drivers from breaking the law. She adds that the fine is at least $500 in South Dakota, Montana, and Minnesota, and people may also face jail time in some of those states.
I mean, and just the idea of somebody passing a stop school bus going 60 miles an hour and a kid crossing, and, you know, their brains just they're not as quick as we are. And so it's like, and they might be looking that way, but they're not looking behind the bus and where it would go.
All right, Novak said her hope is to require school buses to have cameras installed in order to identify people who break the moving law. That bill did pass in the House 80-9 and the Senate 45-2. Here's Andre with a quick check of your forecast. Andre?
Well, thank you so much, Chance. And we here in the capital city are seeing those cool temperatures at 24 degrees, and the winds are out of the east at 5 miles per hour, making those wind chills be at 18 degrees. But the good news is we aren't seeing really any sort of visibility issues this morning. Now, going into Minot, however, we are seeing those temperatures at 27 degrees, and the winds are out of the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour, and that's making those wind chills be at 22 degrees. And there is a little bit of that cloud cover around here. In fact, we are all pretty much under that cloud cover, and even a little bit of snowfall near Mobridge and our extreme southwestern counties here. But other than that, things are remaining high and dry. Now, there is some indication in some of the guidance that this could move its way towards the north and east, and we're going to be monitoring this very, very closely. But other than that, things are remaining on the quiet side for right now. Now, as we get into our current temperatures right now, now we are seeing temperatures mainly in the 20s with a few oddballs there in the southwestern portion of our area and into the northwest portion of our area where they are in the teens, especially there in Crosby at 10 degrees. Now our winds, they are mainly out of the south and east, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But however, throughout the day, this will change more towards a northerly flow, and we can think this area of high pressure here that's going to continue to allow for that to happen. And then the same feature is going to be moving its way towards the east, and it's going to provide us with a warm up as we get into our Wednesday and also into the first day of spring once we get into our Thursday. So it's going to be a really nice time around here, and on top of that, it's going to be really quiet on the day on Thursday. So if you guys got any sort of first day of spring sort of celebrations, it looks like it's going to be a good time for it for sure. Now looking at our precision cast, we're going to see potentially that band move its way towards the north, including maybe here in the capital city and in Dickinson, but we will be monitoring that very closely. But other than that, remaining on the dry side throughout the afternoon and evening hours. And once we get into tonight, into our Wednesday, we will start seeing those clouds decrease from north and west to south and east, and that is going to continue into the day on Wednesday, where we will see much more sunshine. So I know you guys are excited for that. I know I am, and we'll be able to start going back outside and really taking in those very beautiful conditions just in time for the first day of spring, where we could see some partly cloudy conditions. Now our highs for today will mainly be in the 30s with a few places in the 40s, so it's going to be where we should be this time of year anyway. But once we get into tonight, folks, temperatures will drop on down into the teens and 20s, so it's going to be relatively cool tonight. But as we enter into our Wednesday, we will see those temperatures increase into the low to mid 40s, and once we get into the first day of spring, temperatures will increase into the 50s, and we could even touch potentially 60 here in the capital city. So that's something to keep in mind. Then we'll see a weak cold front move through once we get into our Thursday night to our Friday, dropping temperatures down slightly into the 40s for Friday, and then climb back up into the 50s by our Saturday. And that same thing goes here in Dickinson as well, with mid 50s potentially on the table for the day on Saturday. And we're going to remain dry for the most part, which is good news if you guys got any sort of outdoor plans. Now for the Magic City, we will continue to see those temperatures remain on that spring type of pattern where temperatures are going to go up and down, and we will continue to see those overall dry conditions. And that same thing goes for Bismarck as well, with temperatures nearing 60 on the first day of spring. So Chance, I'm here to tell you, it looks like spring is in the air.
All right, Andre, thank you. For everybody here at KX News, I'm Chance Dicklin. Have a good day.